You are about to listen to another episode of That Sports Guys podcast, hosted by Craig Forrestall. Find Craig on Twitter at that_sports_guy. The That Sports Guy podcast is proudly featured by NFL Draft Diamonds, your draft coverage king. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some football talk.
Hello and welcome to another episode of That Sports Guys podcast. I am Craig Forrestall. You might know me from Twitter as at that_sports_guy. But this evening it is all about former Houston Cougar Payton Turner. Payton, what's going on with you, man?
Hey man, thanks for having me. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Like you caught me. I was in mid-transaction. I was in fantasy basketball, so you caught me red-handed when you hopped on. We had a good little laugh about that. But let's just go right with it. You're from Houston, Texas. Payton, what's it like growing up in Houston?
Dude, Houston, it's my city. It's my home. It's where I was born and raised. So, I love it. There's so much to do in Houston, like just day to day, week to week. So, there's always something to do. And then, you get a little bit further away from Houston, you get some little bit of country action. But, I love Houston. And, playing for the Houston Cougars was dream come true, really playing for your city.
And I saw that you also played basketball in high school. Payton, what were all the different sports you played growing up, and what kind of basketball player were you?
Yeah, interesting enough, football was my worst sport growing up. Honestly, baseball was definitely like by far my best, and then basketball I was pretty good at, and then football. I picked up football in like middle school, and then carried that. But basketball, I was pretty good playing basketball growing up. So. Football and basketball were the only sports I got D1 offers in, so that's where I ended up.
And now let's go ahead and let's talk about the recruiting process for you in high school. Just sum that up. What was it like?
The recruiting process is crazy, especially nowadays, with all the access that college coaches and scouts have to everything, Twitter, Instagram, just all the social medias and everything. So you do one crazy play and they have it on their feed the next morning. So it was wild for me, especially just because I played basketball and football in high school and never really had an off season in football, but basketball was always AAU summer league. So it's pretty intense. I talked to a lot of coaches, didn't know whether I was going to play basketball or football going into my senior year. And then I had an injury my senior year, and a lot of coaches and a lot of schools just stopped talking to me and fell off. But mine was unique as everybody's is, so but it turned out well.
And now, can you talk about what it means to you to grow up in Houston and then play your college ball for your hometown school?
Just like I mentioned earlier, it's amazing. I was blessed with the opportunity to play for my hometown. My family's 30 minutes away. I got friends that they come to town just to watch me play, and it was awesome. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
And now let's talk about some of the key factors to you growing year over year while at Houston. Payton, what were some of the contributing factors to that growth?
Weight room and the nutrition, for sure. I think that's the big thing with a lot of athletes coming in, especially guys that need to gain weight. So, I came in under 240 and got to 290 by the end of my true sophomore year. So, it was definitely a developmental process and a lot of hard work, but I got there. So those are the two biggest factors that helped me.
And now you faced a lot of solid quarterback play last season, Payton, but the most well-known name of the bunch is BYU quarterback Zach Wilson. Can you take us through that matchup with BYU? They have a few offensive linemen on the NFL radar, and then also if you just talk about Zach Wilson and his ability.
Yeah, they got NFL talent, sprinkled all over their team. So, especially up front, they had a really solid line. Especially when we played them, they're definitely at their best. So, it's awesome to go out there and play great competition. And then Zach Wilson being back there at quarterback, he was great. Changing his arm angle, being elusive in the pocket, and just getting the ball out before we get too much pressure on him. But we played well. He played really well as well. But yeah, it's always fun to go out there and compete.
And now, speaking of competition, let's move to the Senior Bowl. Payton, can you talk about that whole experience?
Yeah, that experience is like no other. I was joking the other day with a few guys over there. We were talking about like how it's similar to fall camp in the amount of time you're doing film and at practice and everything. So it's a unique experience, especially this past year, because that was one of the only opportunities you get face to face with GMs and scouts and talk and just due to COVID and everything. But I mean, it was a unique experience, but it was really cool to just network and talk to other guys that are going to be in the league with you next year.
And now let's move ahead and talk about how you've been training for your pro day and NFL opportunity. If you could just fill us in on what you've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, we all get this time to work on speed work and everything. It's funny because I saw a few DBs. They come in the first day and they run a 4.7, and then they leave running a 4.3, a mid 4.3 or something. So just being able to watch everybody develop and get after it is pretty fun. Personally, so I got hurt in the Senior Bowl. Actually, I hurt my foot pretty good. So I actually didn't get to train too much. I actually got to sprint. The first time I sprinted in over 2 months was actually this past week. So, my process has been a little bit more different, a little bit different from others. But I mean, I'm just going and getting after it. So just trying to get better and get ready for pro day. So, I mean, I'm up there at Frisco XOs. They've been doing a really good job up there. So that's kind of my process.
And now let's stick there. Payton, what is your mindset as that pro day approaches?
Just to show all these coaches and GMs and scouts and DCs, just what I can do. Just you pray for this moment to be in front of scouts, NFL scouts, NFL clubs. So this is an awesome moment. I'm just trying to enjoy it and go out there and show them what kind of guy they're going to draft.
And now, Payton, one scouting report I saw on you said, sporting a defensive lineman body while lining up as a stand-up rusher, Turner is certainly an interesting cat. And then another one said, Houston defensive end Payton Turner, number 98, has some of the best effort plays I've seen on tape this draft cycle. Payton, now after hearing that, how would you describe your game? Give us a self-scouting report.
Oh, I mean, obviously, I've been blessed with, pretty athletic background and long and strong. And I've just been blessed with a great body and just being able to work out and get better over time. But the way I'd say that I play is violent. That'd be the first word to come to mind when I say that. Violent and relentless. I'm wherever the ball's at, I'm trying to get in on the play. Beat my man to the ball, be around the ball when the whistle blows. So, I definitely say violent and just high effort, high energy guys. So, that's just how I play the game.
And then, Payton, what can you bring to an NFL team in the meeting room and on the field from day one?
I mean, I've always been a quick learner, so I expect to pick up at whatever I need to pick up, to earn that starting job. And building off of that, I want to be a starter walking into the building. I want to earn that spot. So, you're gonna get a competitor. You're gonna get a guy that's ready to compete. From day one. So, that's the plan going into it.
And now the NFL has become a league of specialization, schemes, and systems. Payton, is there a role or a scheme that you feel you fit best?
Yeah, my background, playing all up and down the defensive line, I think I could play multiple spots. So obviously, I'm probably a little bit more comfortable on the edge. Had my most production there, and I am an edge player, but I have that versatility to bounce down. If we want to get an extra pass rusher on the field and go in there at third down and put some pressure up the middle. So I think that versatility is really really unique and good. Works in my favor for sure. But like you said, it is a game of matchups. So me being able to match up on a guard or a center or on the edge, especially even on a base downs, is big time. Like you said, with the league that we are in today with matchups.
And now, Payton, let's talk about your short-term and long-term football goals. What are they?
Short term, walking in, coming in as a rookie, I just hope to soak up as much information as I can and hopefully compete for like defensive rookie player of the year. So obviously that's on my dinner plate. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm gonna work for. But that's the short term goal. And long term, I think everybody's dream is to get a Super Bowl ring. So Obviously I want a Super Bowl ring and be a multi-time Pro Bowler. But just be in the NFL as long as I can, man. Just make a living from it.
And now, over the years, we've seen athletes watch the draft and do different things with their family and friends to enjoy the moment. Payton, how do you plan on watching the draft?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty low key. I'm not gonna go get a yacht or a big party bus or anything crazy, but I'll definitely just hang with some friends and family for sure, close friends, some close family, and just hang out at the house and just watch the draft. Enjoy everybody's company.
And now we've spent a good amount of time getting to know you as an athlete. But Payton, I have a few questions away from the game if you're ready to take those on.
Let's do it.
All right, first question. If your life was turned into a TV show, which actors or actresses would play you and your family members?
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. That's tough. I'd say I was gonna say Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but that doesn't really match up too well, man. But I mean, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I might go Star Wars. But a lot of those guys turned bad, so I don't think we match up with any one movie or anything. We're kind of our own movie.
What was your least favorite chore or household duty growing up? For me, it was making my bed.
Making your bed. Mine was, getting off the game and then having to go do the dishes after dinner. That was always a tough one, especially if my sister wasn't in there to help me. So it was just a solo job, but definitely dishes, man, no doubt.
What is a fact or a hidden talent that people are surprised to learn about you?
I'm pretty good in the kitchen, man. I like to spend my time in the kitchen, cook some stuff up. But I mean, I know my way around the kitchen, and all that stuff. So I think people are pretty surprised when I tell them that, or they come and eat some of my food.
Who is the person that has inspired you the most in your life, and how?
I'd say it's my parents. They've actually met on a basketball court here in Houston, and just like the way that they love each other, the way that they've been, how successful they've been throughout their life, and just the amount of hard work that they've put in and time that they've spent around me and my sisters, and just putting us in a position to be successful in my life really inspires me.
And now the last question for you, Payton. What's a song you're embarrassed to admit you like?
Party in the USA, Miley Cyrus.
That's mine too. That's mine too.
Yeah, I'll turn away and I might sing it, get a little hip action and stuff. But yeah, definitely Party in the USA.
Have you ever heard the remix with her and Biggie? Have you ever heard that mashup?
Nah, man, I haven't. I'm about to go listen to it right now.
When you get off here, just Google Miley Cyrus, Biggie, Party in the USA.
Say less. I'll be on that right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is former Houston Cougar Payton Turner. Go ahead and pay attention to him as we near the NFL draft. He's been working out. He has his pro day coming up, and pay attention to him because he's going to put on a show, or at least that's what he plans to do for the NFL scouts. Ladies and gentlemen, Payton Turner, former Houston Cougar defensive lineman. I'm Craig Forrestall. Until next time, stay safe and be easy.
Hey everybody, Craig Forrestall. Thanks for tuning in and listening to another episode of That Sports Guys podcast. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at @that_sports_guy to catch all the latest updates and podcast episodes. Until next time, stay safe and be easy.